Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and today I'm back with another voice comparison reaction video. Apologies, I wanted to try to do some more yesterday, but I got a little caught up with helping my mom pay for stuff yesterday, because she needed my help paying for some things. I got caught up with that, and then I was just trying to I was thinking about some stuff yesterday. I got distracted. I kind of had some things going on yesterday. It wasn't anything bad or nothing, but it was just life-altering stuff that kind of halted me from, making videos yesterday. So at the same time, it was also video games as well, all that. But it's just stuff happens, and I'm not gonna be able to post videos every single day, so that's another. But anyway, I'm back with another video. So I'm just chilling at home for now. It's real early in the morning. It's like 10:37. At 10:30, I'm gonna be visiting some friends of mine later on, just for a little hangout thing, because they wanted to plan this. I usually have been talking to them on Snapchat and all that, so it should be fun. Shouldn't be anything there's some things we're going to be doing, we planned some things out. There's one that I'm probably not going to do that they want to do, but it's alright, but hopefully it'll be fun. Nothing OS though. So anyway, so for the next character that I'll be doing a voice comparison reaction to is obviously another Marvel character. You already know that I'm currently doing Marvel. So my last one was Black Panther, so it took me some time to think about who I wanted to do next. So I went into some thoughts about it, and I made my decision. Oh, hang on, I think I hear something. Hold on, must be one of my cats. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it was one of my cats. He was in the middle of the hallway. Apparently, I guess somebody left the door open, and I had to take him out. So anyway, so after I did the Black Panther as my last character, like I said, it took me thought to think about who I wanted to do next, and so I made my decision. So for the next character I'll be doing is another iconic character who has recently been making a huge name for himself in the MCU, because he switched over to a different hero persona, sort of. He's still kind of the same, but, he gets a new name now, basically. If you guys haven't even seen the series, then you may not know what I'm talking about, but for those of you that have, then so you know. Anyway, it's none other than Sam Wilson, a.k.a. the Falcon, or as he's now currently in the MCU, Captain America. Because if you guys haven't seen the Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then you probably don't know what happened, so there's that. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier obviously was a story about Falcon and Winter Soldier, which also talked about what was next for the career of Captain America after Steve Rogers retired in Avengers Endgame. So it was that as well, and it was a pretty interesting little series. I heard it was pretty good. So, so apparently there was a new Captain America. The first that was chosen to be a man named John Walker, who is familiar as U.S. agent. So apparently his story goes he's like an anti-hero. He's an anti-hero, so he becomes Captain America, but he's not always doing everything the right way, like how Steve would have done it. And eventually, in some part of the series, someone of his friend gets killed, and so he took revenge on it by killing him himself, and the world unfortunately got to witness it when he stabbed him in the throat with a shield. Sorry if this is spoilers, by the way, for those that haven't seen it yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and just say it, because, it's already way past time. The series is kind of already about a year old, so I'm sure probably a few Marvel fans should have already seen it. But for those that haven't, I'm sorry, but if you want to avoid spoilers, then just go ahead and skip this video. So the story, he killed someone, and then the next episode he had to get Falcon and Winter Soldier fought John Walker to get the shield back from him, and so they got it, and John was obviously taken into court. He wasn't going to face any charges, unfortunately, but he was taken into lawsuit or custody about his actions, and so the government decided to take the shield away from him, and now he no longer was Captain America. He was stripped of the superhero persona. And even though he was no longer Captain America, he still continued to run it and made his own shield because he wanted to get revenge on the person who killed his best friend, which was working in that villain group, whatever it's called. But you know what I mean. If you guys seen the Falcon and Winter Soldier, then you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so Falcon gets the real shield, and he ends up training with it, and therefore, by some point, on the very last episode, he becomes the new official Captain America. He gets the new suit, which is a lot similar to the ones in the comic, which looked absolutely awesome. And he gets the name Captain America. So, you know, he's Captain America now, and he still is the Falcon because he's still got his wings and all that, but he's also Captain America because he got his shield, which is how it goes because, you know, that's really how he is. He still stays being the Falcon, but he's Captain America now, you know. So it's pretty cool stuff, you know. So he becomes a new Captain America, and he lets the world know about it, and less than you know it, in the future of the MCU, he's going to get his own film because earlier this year, I think it was Phase 5, if I'm not mistaken, they revealed the upcoming MCU films, and they did mention, and when they revealed it at a con, whatever, they mentioned that there's an upcoming Captain America film coming up with Sam Wilson's Captain America now that he's the new official Captain America in the MCU, so Sam's going to get his official Captain America film, so that's going to be pretty cool. I think it's coming out in 2024. I think it's set. I'm not sure, so it's 2 years away, but it'll come by less than it'll be here less than you know it. Though time goes by pretty fast, you know. So it'll be less than you know it. It's like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're watching this video in 2024 right now, and you're talking about the film being released, and you're watching this right now just to go through Sam Wilson's time as when he was just the Falcon before he became the new Captain America. It's pretty cool stuff. I feel it should be a pretty good film. I probably will most likely go see it because, you know, I like Captain America. Even though, of course, I'm a fan of the original one, Steve Rogers. But Sam's looking like he's living up to his own legacy pretty good as Captain America because he's got unique stuff that even Steve didn't because, you know, he's got wings and stuff. And it really makes him, you know, his own unique Captain America because he gets to stay his own, pretty much he gets to stay being the Falcon while being the new Captain America. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he has the ability to fly. He can do more stuff, you know. Maybe, I don't know if he has as much moves compared to Steve, but he's got some unique things that Steve didn't have, you know what I'm saying? So he could certainly live up to the name for himself, you know. It's like what I mentioned in my last video, you know, like there's always a generation of a new person taking over the superhero persona, and most of the time it can work, you know. Sometimes it doesn't, but it works for the certain people when it gets used to it, you know. Sometimes it takes a while to get used to it, but it ends up working. Like Scott Lang Ant-Man transitioning from Hank Pym to Scott Lang Ant-Man. Or even kind of like how it's in the MCU, Janet Van Dyne / Janet Pym to Hope Van Dyne / Janet Pym Wasp. Or even Black Panther, you know, T'Challa to Shuri, or however you say her name, you know, in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So it's working, you know, it's working for those new generation of superheroes coming along, you know what I'm saying? And I could definitely tell that Falcon's, as the new Captain America, is definitely going to work out in the MCU. I definitely do believe it. So he's now pretty much becoming a more important character to the MCU because of that. You know, he was starting to become important, you know, when he debuted in I think it was Captain America: The Winter Soldier he debuted. Yeah. So it's working, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's not much left to be said. It'll be interesting to see this. Should be another short video as well, I think, 3 minutes and 21 seconds, and then after this, I'll check out Behelit89's video, just like usual, Generation West and Behelit89's videos, as long as they were both uploaded, so let's go ahead and see who's going to be up there as my favorites for Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, shall we? Should be an interesting one to look back during the time when he was around as just the Falcon before he became Captain America, but who knows? Maybe they might even feature Sam Wilson as Captain America, probably, so you never know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this out of the way, shall we? Because I need to go ahead and just wrap this up because, you know, I want to try to chill and do some other stuff for a bit until it's time for my friend to come get me because one of my friends, as I mentioned, I'll be hanging with my 2 friends of mine later on this afternoon at 12, and one of them's going to come pick me up, so I need to go ahead and wrap this up so I can, you know, get ready and, you know, maybe might even possibly eat some breakfast since I've kind of been up since, like, 9 or whatever. I've kind of been up way earlier than that. I tried to go back to sleep, but it wasn't working out. I had breakfast in the middle of midnight, but, you know, I might need some more food because, you know, I need to make sure I'm not going to have my stomach, you know. Never mind. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm done talking. So like John Cena and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now. It's time to play the game. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, shall we? Sam Wilson, a.k.a. the Falcon. Voice comparison in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Comparing the voices of the Falcon. Ooh, that's loud.
Somebody picked the wrong neighborhood to shoot up. Come on, Redley. Your man Jarvis told me things were a little hot around here.
So he apparently first debuted in the year 2000. I know that in previous voice comparison they mentioned that this was in 1999, but I guess the series continued the next year in 2007, in the year 2000. So I guess this explains why it says year 2000. Didn't even think that this is where Falcon made his official debut. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Or maybe this was his official animated series debut. Yeah, it probably was.
Everyone okay? Look.
Kind of looks like the 1994 version of the Vulture from the Spider-Man animated series, almost. Just to be completely honest.
Talk later. You got a problem with me, pal? Because if you do, we can settle it right now.
I need to turn the heater off. I'm having trouble hearing again. Sorry, guys. I really should just turn the fans and the heater off every time I do these videos. I try to attempt to listen to it with the heater fan on because, you know, I need to keep this room warm in here because it's cold today. Like, real cold because winter began yesterday. But I tried, but just didn't work. So let me rehear this again.
We can talk later. You got a problem with me, pal?
I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
Right now. Your man Jarvis told me things were a little hot around here. Everyone okay? Look, the timing may be lousy, but if the offer to join the Avengers still stands, I'd like to take you up on it. Look, this is a bad day. We can talk later. You got a problem with me, pal?
Yeah, that's alright.
Sure. Right now.
Sounds more serious, actually.
Me? But I want to go into space and fight the Skrulls. This is so unfair. You guys get to go into space, and I have to be in charge down here.
I know a lot of you are probably going to give this a thumbs down because I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Superhero Squad. Neither am I. I've given some thumbs up to some previous actors in previous videos because their voices sounded okay, even though this series really did not work for adult fans because this was just for kids. But there were some that even got maybes because, you know, some of the voices were kind of in between as well. So, you know, I've given some thumbs ups and some maybes to some previous Superhero Squad characters being featured in the past. Because, like I said, despite the series maybe not working out for adult fans, some of the voices still sounded good, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is one of them that's definitely going to get thumbs down from a lot of people because you heard the voice. It definitely does not really sound like Falcon, honestly. This is just a more, like, comedy version. Not to mention Falcon was kind of being more of a comedian in this version of the series. You know, he was making jokes and all that, so he was really being treated more as a comedy superhero in this version of the series. So more likely or not, a lot of people are gonna give this a thumbs down. But I mean, it doesn't really bother me, honestly. I mean, because if you guys have seen my my videos of when I played Superhero Squad, you know, I think I played it twice on my channel, I think. I don't know, or maybe I only played it once, but, you know, I played Superhero Squad, the game I have for the Wii, and, you know, it's like an adventure mode, and, you know, you play as the Falcon, and, you know, even this guy's voicing him in the game as well. At least the costume design looked better in the game than how it does here in the series, but, you know, even, you know, it didn't bother me that much, but I guess I'll still go ahead and still say no anyway, just because, you know, it's not the voice of Falcon, you know what I'm saying? I know some of you guys are probably thinking, are you going to give him a maybe perhaps the way you're describing this? But nah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to give it the thumbs down too. It's just not the Falcon, you know what I'm saying? And plus it's not our version of the character, you know? Because like I said, Superhero Squad was just for kids. It doesn't work for adult Marvel fans like us, so can't really take this seriously, you know? Like I said, it didn't bother me when I played the game, but still, when it just comes down to respectfully on if this works for the Falcon or not, it doesn't work. The voice just doesn't work.
Now I'm talking to myself.
This is Falcon.
Yes, of course. Even though I've only seen one episode where he was featured in, which was that episode where the Red Hulk debuted in the series. He was working for villains at the time. You know, he tried to capture Bruce Banner, but Hawkeye didn't allow that to happen. And Falcon pretty much even, I think, like, drugged Banner or gave him, like, an anti-serum or something that avoided him from transforming into the Hulk. And he was working for villains at the time, but of course, you know, he's a hero, so obviously he switched over to being in the Avengers, you know, eventually. But that was the only episode I ever saw of Earth's Mightiest Heroes where Falcon was featured in. But if I do ever get to watch the whole entire series, then I'll see him more in there. But still, I definitely still give it a thumbs up, even though that episode with Red Hulk was the only time I ever saw Falcon in this series and even heard the voice. But still, double thumbs up because that's one of the greatest shows of all time, one of the best Avengers show ever, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So you can't go wrong with this series. Like, literally, anything from this show will always receive a double thumbs up from me, because it's just... This show is just freaking fantastic, bro. Like, no one can go wrong with this series. I have never heard of one single Marvel fan that did not like this series, man. And this, like I said, it still rivals the MCU to this very day, and even some Marvel fans will argue that this is better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And I am completely geeking out that Tony sent a probe for me.
Oh, yeah. Yes. This voice wasn't bad either. Yeah, or Avengers Assemble, yeah. Bumper Robinson's voice was pretty good, too.
You got your net
apparently
arrows,
got a new costume
some
design.
flame arrows. Oh, and be careful with the
It's
glue
not a bad little costume
Stickiest
change,
tree
even though I
I've
still
ever
like the
seen.
original one better, because it's more classic Falcon, you know, the red and white
My
suit.
skills, Hawkeye.
But I can understand what they're kind of going with the new suit,
Some
though.
of these superheroes are absolutely crazy.
Can't get
Asep Rocky. This must be some rapper or something, just because of the way how the name is spelled. This must be a famous rapper or something, apparently. And apparently he voiced Falcon in the Avengers Academy, apparently, so... I guess I can understand that. I mean, Avengers Academy was really just like... I don't know if it's really a adult game or not. I feel like it's more for kids, because Avengers Academy is basically where the Marvel superheroes are just like students attending an academy, you know what I'm saying? And they're kind of younger, you know, they're kind of meant to be like teenagers, you know, in high school, so I can understand, you know, how a lot of the voices for the characters aren't really what you expect. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to find this out, that he was voiced by a rapper. It's interesting. This guy looks familiar. I'm not sure if I've seen him before or not, but if anybody knows about this rapper, let me know in the comments down below, because I could have sworn I think I may have seen him before. I don't know, maybe if I've heard of him before, but he does look like something he does look like a person I've seen before, just not really paying attention. But,
This fly's a Falcon. Hey, not bad for a normal guy, huh? Why is fighting supervillains the most normal thing I do?
he mostly sounds more of a different character, though, so I'll give it a maybe. It's okay, but still, I gotta give it a maybe, though.
More than a jetpack to be an Avenger, but it definitely helps.
Agent Sitwell, how was lunch?
Of course. Heck yeah. Oh man, Anthony Mackie, he is Sam Wilson. He is the Falcon. Or, as of now in the MCU, he is Captain America, the new Captain America. You know what I mean. Anthony Mackie's been doing a fantastic job since he debuted. He nails the role very well, and it's great to see him starting to get a major role in the MCU now as the new Captain America. Really will be looking forward to the new Captain America film that comes out in 2024. I definitely would like to hope that I could plan to watch it, because he deserves it, you know, and Sam becoming the new Captain America was great, you know. It was already beginning, like, even before the MCU, and, you know, he really does look like he's going to live up to the legacy pretty good, Sam, so I really have high hopes for that movie to be good. I feel it's going to be a good film, because I heard the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series was pretty awesome, so I have high hopes for the Sam Wilson's Captain America film going to be pretty good, and I feel Anthony Mackie's going to do a fantastic job. He's already been doing a fantastic job since he first appeared as Falcon in the MCU, so I definitely respect him legit. I mean, like I said, he is the Falcon. He is Sam Wilson. Anyway, that was everybody for Generation West's video. Now let's head on over to Behemoth89 and find out who he included in his video that was not here in Generation West's video, as usual. Alrighty, here we are. This is Behemoth89's Falcon voice comparison video. Let's scroll on through and see some of the guys he included that were not included in Generation West. So let's find out. Oh, so that's what his design looked like, okay. So that's apparently his full superhero design. Like, we already saw this guy, but apparently now looking at this picture, apparently I guess this is what Falcon's hero design looks like in the game. Because, you know, there's two different designs for the Marvel heroes in the Avengers Academy. You know, they look like students, and then they dress up in their superhero gear, so apparently this is what Falcon looks like in his full superhero gear in the game. Not bad, not bad. I like it a little better than his student look, so I can take that. Alright, right here.
I'm always here to help.
I think I'm willing to believe I saw what that was, this guy.
And I need to get around you. I'm chasing Hobgoblin.
Not what I thought it
Stole
was.
my power ray. I don't think
Marvel
so.
Superhero
And now
Academy.
Hobgoblin is getting away. Sorry, but
I don't know what
Hobgoblin
this
used
is
the
either,
Power
though,
Ray
Marvel
to rob
Superhero
the bank.
Academy.
So
But I'm sure this was
captured him
featured in
before he
previous
causes more
Marvel
trouble.
character voice comparison videos I did, though.
But you'd be better swinging in from below. Whatever the plan, we can't both go after him at the same time. We'll just get in each other's way again. You're right. We should take turns until
I mean, it kind of sounds almost like...
Well, since I'm your...
It kind of gives similar feelings to Superhero Squad's Falcon, but I'll still go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It may not be the way how maybe y'all would want it, but I'll still go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's not that bad, you know. Just because it may not sound like the way we usually hear Falcon doesn't mean it still can't work, you know. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'll just give it a thumbs up. I was almost going to give it a maybe, but it could still work, you know what I'm saying? At least it's better than Superhero Squad's, you know what I'm saying? It's better than the Superhero Squad Falcon voice. But anyway, wow, that was not that many people. I thought there was going to be some more, but apparently it was just one more included. All right. Well, that's everybody anyway, though, so that's everybody included. So when it comes down to it, for animated-wise, video game-wise, and all that kind of stuff, apparently I don't think there was really too many video game-wise included anyway, so... There wasn't really that many there wasn't really any video game-wise included, I don't think, so... Guess apparently Falcon hasn't really appeared in too many of the video games other than the Superhero Squad or more. So, when it comes for animated-wise and video game-wise and all that kind of stuff, obviously, it's Lance Reddick from the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers show, and Bumper Robertson from Avengers Assemble. Those are my two favorites for animated video game-wise Falcon. Lance Reddick and Bumper Robertson. And then, obviously, you already know who my favorite is for live-action-wise. You already saw him in Generation West's video. It's the one and only Anthony Mackie. He is the Falcon. He is Sam Wilson. So in total, that's 3 favorites. So Anthony Mackie, Bumper Robertson, and Lance Reddick are my 3 personal favorites for the Falcon. That's all. So now it's time for y'all to vote in the comments down below, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment down below and start a conversation on who you love as Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. And don't forget to share with all your friends and get their opinions as well. This was another interesting video. It's always interesting to me, honestly. All these voice comparison videos are always interesting just to look back on who's voiced them and who's not, because even there's some people that are included in these videos that I never even knew voiced that character, so it always impresses me, you know what I'm saying? These voice comparison videos are always fun to look at. I'm glad I started making a series of me checking these videos out. It's pretty fun and entertaining just to look back in the histories and all that stuff. It's extremely entertaining, so I definitely hope to continue this more in the future, even though I did say that after a few certain Marvel characters, I will do a few more, and unfortunately I will take another break with voice comparison videos, because there's just so many, you know, to check out, and, you know, to be able to do them all, it would be impossible, so... That's why I'm going to take another break, because I just don't want it to put too much stress on me to try to think about who I want to do next and more. Plus, I want to start probably checking out some other series on YouTube as well, so... that'll be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Join me next time in the next video, and we'll find out who the next Marvel character I'll do a voice comparison for will be. But until then, I'm out of here. So, that'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time in the next video. To all you boys, men, and guys out there... Fist bumps are good to all of you. To all the girls, ladies, and women out there, mwah, kisses go to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.